Forget the outdated movie tropes. In 2025, genuine interest is shown through subtle, personal expressions of care. In today's dating landscape, subtle signs of interest have replaced grand gestures. Modern daters value personal, meaningful interactions and seek partners whose values align with their own. We're diving into the world of micromance, small, personal expressions of care. These include curated playlists, daily texts, sharing memes, and inside jokes. Studies show that 86% of singles use these micro romance gestures to show interest. Value based dating focuses on deeper connections that align with personal values and life goals. Moving beyond surface level attraction, modern daters seek partners who support personal growth and inspire them to become their best selves. In 2025, genuine interest is expressed through subtle signals. These include attentive body language, consistent and thoughtful communication, remembering small details about you, and making time for you consistently. When uncovering the real signs someone is truly into you, remember that actions speak louder than words. Consistency matters more than intensity, and true interest feels natural, not forced. Look for genuine effort, not perfection. Value based dating is transforming how we connect with potential partners. Modern dating is moving beyond superficial attraction. People are no longer satisfied with connections based solely on appearance or initial chemistry. Instead, singles are prioritizing deeper connections built on shared values and aligned life goals. They want partners who truly understand and support their aspirations. Key relationship values have become the foundation of meaningful partnerships. These include trust, mutual respect, shared life vision, emotional support, and a growth mindset. People are looking for partners who actively support their personal growth journey. This means someone who celebrates your achievements, encourages your aspirations, challenges you to improve, and supports you during setbacks. How can you tell if someone is genuinely interested in your growth? They actively ask about your passions, remember your goals, celebrate your wins, offer constructive feedback, and inspire you to become your best self. The key takeaway is to look for partners who genuinely help you become your best self while you do the same for them. This mutual growth creates the foundation for a truly fulfilling relationship.
Authenticity is becoming increasingly important in modern relationships. The rise of what experts call freak matching means people are now more open and honest about their quirks and eccentricities. Rather than putting on a facade, singles are embracing their authentic selves from the very beginning of relationships. This shift encourages people to celebrate their uniqueness, creating more genuine connections right from the start. The trend toward authenticity is reflected in recent dating statistics. 60% of singles report that unique quirks and interests are now key to attraction, rather than being turnoffs. Nearly 40% of respondents say they have experienced freak matching, connecting with someone specifically because of shared unusual interests or traits. Even interests once considered niche, like astrology, are now embraced by 40% of singles as conversation starters rather than hidden passions. When someone appreciates your authentic self, it's a strong indicator of genuine interest. They'll ask follow-up questions about your unique interests, showing they want to understand what makes you different. They'll remember small details about your quirks and bring them up in future conversations. They'll show genuine enthusiasm for your passions, even if they're not shared interests. And importantly, they'll introduce you to friends and family without trying to hide your quirks or eccentricities. Ultimately, embracing authenticity creates space for deeper and more meaningful connections where both people feel free to be their true selves.
Intentionality has become a cornerstone of modern dating. It means being clear and direct about what you want. In today's dating world, people are increasingly upfront about their intentions and are refusing to settle for vague or mixed signals. Clear communication is characterized by several key signs. Someone who communicates intentionally will state their feelings directly, remain consistent, and face difficult conversations head-on. The difference between clear and unclear communication is striking. Compare these examples. Being intentional about communication offers significant benefits. It reduces anxiety by removing guesswork, builds trust, and creates a foundation for deeper connection. To practice intentional communication in your relationships, consider these practical strategies. Remember, intentional communication is a two-way street. Look for these same qualities in potential partners to ensure you're both on the same page. Mimicking behavior, or mirroring, is a fascinating subconscious phenomenon that happens when we interact with someone we're interested in. When we feel a connection with someone, our bodies naturally tend to copy their posture, gestures, and even speech patterns. During conversations, observe how people who are connecting well will often use similar hand gestures, match each other's energy levels, and synchronize their body positions. This mirroring behavior isn't limited to one-on-one interactions. In group settings, you'll notice that people who are connecting well with each other often adopt similar postures and expressions. Research has consistently shown that mirroring behavior is linked to increased rapport and connection. Studies reveal that waitresses who mirror customers receive higher tips, and salespeople who mirror clients achieve better results. So why do we mirror others? Psychologically, mirroring creates feelings of similarity and builds subconscious rapport. It's a nonverbal way of saying, we're on the same wavelength. When someone mirrors your actions, it often indicates they're emotionally attuned to you. It's important to recognize that genuine mirroring happens naturally and unconsciously. When someone is truly connecting with you, their mirroring will occur with a slight delay and won't be an exact copy of your movements. Forced mirroring can feel unnatural and inauthentic. The key takeaway is simple. When someone consistently mirrors your actions, posture, and gestures, it's a strong sign that they're feeling a genuine connection with you. This mirroring creates a synchrony that strengthens your bond. Involuntary touch is one of the most powerful nonverbal signs of attraction. When someone lightly touches your arm or hand during conversation, it often indicates interest. There are many types of touch in social interactions, but romantic touch has distinct characteristics. It creates a physical connection between two people and communicates interest without words. When interpreting touch signals, context matters significantly. Pay attention to the frequency of touches, whether the touch lingers longer than necessary, and how comfortable they seem during the interaction. There's a clear difference between natural and forced touch. Natural touch feels spontaneous and fits into the flow of conversation, while forced touch can feel calculated or awkward, often creating discomfort. Always be mindful of comfort and boundaries when it comes to touch. Respect personal space, pay attention to reactions, and notice whether they reciprocate your touches. If someone shows any sign of discomfort, it's important to back off immediately. Remember, light touches can be a powerful signal of attraction, but always consider the context and frequency. Natural touch feels comfortable for both parties. Most importantly, always respect personal boundaries. Body posture is one of the most revealing indicators of interest in dating and relationships. When someone is interested in you, they naturally orient their torso and feet towards you. This subconscious body alignment shows they're focused on you. It's part of our instinct to face what attracts us. In group settings, you can observe how people position themselves. People tend to angle their bodies toward those they find most interesting or attractive. Notice the triangulation pattern in social interactions. When someone is interested, their feet and torso will consistently point in your direction, creating an invisible triangle of attention. Here are some practical tips for reading postural orientation. Notice if someone consistently faces you during conversations. Check if their feet point toward you. even when their upper body might be temporarily turned away. Compare how they position themselves with you versus others in the group. Look for sustained orientation over time and pay attention to sudden shifts in posture when you approach or speak. Remember, consistent body orientation is one of the most reliable nonverbal cues of attraction and interest. When someone repeatedly angles their body towards you, it's a strong signal they're engaged and focused on you. When someone is romantically interested in you, their facial expressions often soften in subtle but meaningful ways. Our faces are incredibly expressive, revealing feelings even before words are spoken. Our facial expressions can range from neutral or tense to warm and inviting when we're attracted to someone. When someone is interested in you, you might notice a softer, more welcoming expression, especially in their eyes. Let's examine the 3 key elements of facial softening that indicate romantic interest. First, relaxed eyebrows. When someone is interested, their eyebrows rest naturally without tension, creating an open, approachable appearance. Next, a slight smile often appears. This isn't a full grin, but rather a subtle upturn at the corners of the mouth, indicating pleasure in your presence. Finally, warm eyes are perhaps the most telling sign. The eyes appear softer, more engaged, with slightly dilated pupils. There's an attentive quality that communicates genuine interest. Together, these softened facial expressions create an inviting demeanor that signals romantic interest. They convey openness, friendliness, and a genuine desire to connect with you. Nervousness can be one of the most telling signs of attraction. When someone becomes shy or flustered around you, it often indicates they're interested. Common nervous behaviors include stumbling over words, blushing, and fidgeting with hands or objects. The voice might change pitch, and the heart beats faster in the presence of someone they're attracted to. People get nervous around someone they like because they're trying to make a good impression. There's heightened self-awareness, fear of rejection, and a surge of attraction hormones like adrenaline and dopamine. When reading these signals, context matters. Notice if they're only nervous around you. Look for clusters of nervous behaviors, and observe if they act differently with you compared to others. When someone shows these nervous signals, respond with warmth and patience. Help them feel comfortable by sharing a bit of your own nervousness and giving them space to express themselves. Remember, nervousness is often a compliment. It means your presence has an impact. These shy signals can be some of the most genuine indicators of attraction. So next time you notice someone getting a little flustered around you, it might just be because they find you attractive. Proximity is one of the most telling signs of attraction. When someone is interested in you, they'll often find reasons to be physically close. There are several common behaviors that indicate someone is making excuses to be near you. These include lingering after conversations end, sitting or standing next to you in groups, suggesting activities together, finding reasons to visit your workspace, or frequently running into you by accident. The science behind this behavior is fascinating. Proximity seeking is actually a core feature of attachment behavior. It's an instinctive drive to maintain closeness to someone we're attracted to or forming a bond with. When analyzing proximity behavior, it's important to consider the full context and look for patterns. Watch for other body language signals that confirm the attraction, such as facial expressions, posture, and nervous behaviors. It's important to note that while proximity can signal attraction, respect for personal space is essential. Unwanted closeness can make someone uncomfortable, and there's a clear line between showing interest and crossing boundaries. In group settings, proximity becomes even more revealing. Pay attention to who naturally gravitates toward whom. Seating choices, team activities, and break time companions often reveal underlying attraction patterns. Remember these key points about proximity. Notice consistent patterns over time. Look for active efforts to be near you. Consider proximity alongside other attraction signals. And always respect personal boundaries and space. Dating apps are connecting people across greater distances than ever before. leading to a significant rise in long-distance relationships. Dating apps and social media now account for over 25% of how couples meet, removing geographical limitations that once prevented connections. Technology makes maintaining long-distance relationships more manageable than ever. Video calls, messaging apps, and social media allow couples to share their daily lives despite being physically apart. Sending care packages and thoughtful gifts demonstrates commitment and effort in maintaining a long-distance connection. These tangible expressions of care help bridge the physical gap. Willingness to plan visits and schedule regular communication indicates genuine interest. When someone makes time in their busy schedule for you despite the distance, it's a strong sign of commitment. If someone is genuinely interested in you, they'll demonstrate their commitment through consistent actions despite the distance. Look for these key signs of genuine interest in a long-distance relationship. When someone consistently puts in effort despite the challenges of distance, it strongly indicates genuine interest and commitment. Distance becomes just another obstacle to overcome when the connection is real. Gen Z is bringing a fresh approach to dating and relationships. The newest dating trend among Gen Z can be described as hit it and commit it, a move toward quicker commitment instead of prolonged ambiguity in relationships. While traditional dating timelines suggest moving through relationship stages gradually, Gen Z often accelerates this process, sometimes defining relationships within just weeks of meeting. If someone from Gen Z is truly into you, they're likely to express a desire to define the relationship early on. Look for signs like discussing exclusivity, using terms like we and us, introducing you to their friends, and being clear about their intentions. Even in digital dating, Gen Z tends to communicate more directly. They're more likely to message about their feelings explicitly, play fewer games, and update their relationship status once they feel a connection. The bottom line: when a Gen Z person wants to quickly define the relationship, it's often a genuine sign they're truly into you. This generation values clarity and directness, so embrace the refreshing lack of ambiguity in modern dating.